serious is when we first took the kids out together. So around then, somewhere around then, maybe it was summertime, and we've been going strong ever since. You know, I mean, we had a hiccup. Last year I went to jail, but we reconciled. First, I found God in jail, and then I accepted my responsibilities, accountability, and then reconciled with my wife. And then here we are, kicking butt.
I understand. I definitely can resonate, and I think with it. You put on my.
How about, yeah, you okay with hat? Let's see if we can throw it on the hat. Let me flip the clip. How's the wife?
Doing really good.
Good, good. I love seeing you guys
Like I
together.
joke, as good as you could be married to me, but you know,
Yeah, I love seeing you guys together, man. It's such a good example. And that's also what I love to set too. That's part of what I'm doing here. Set an example because not a lot of us are like this. Married, successfully, having a great marriage, putting it out there like that, and it's not fake. The kids are good, the household is solid. Things that Andy does talk about like that foundation stuff, I'm all on that.
facts,
I'm covering
facts.
all those bases.
You have to because those are the ones that are going to reach out. Those are foundational, you know.
Those are the ones that people connect with everyone. Right, where we heading next?
Start some back.
You know what? I was wondering if they had a one of those isometric pullovers. You know what I'm talking about? The one that Dorian Yates used to maximize.
Oh yeah, famo.
The Nautilus.
They don't have the. They have. So you're not talking about these guys, right?
Yeah, there it is.
So like, yeah, no, I fuck with these guys heavy. Or some of my wife
Yep,
because they're so old school,
old school right here.
bro. They're so
They
old
don't even
school.
know, y'all. They don't even know, y'all. Okay, so the recording is never gonna stop. And I just want to tell y'all, if you don't know, this is called Nautilus. They were made by Arthur Blank. He's a legendary Arthur Blank. Know your history, y'all. These machines are legendary. They built them back in the crates like Clay Butler and Dorian Yates over there. And now me and my man Chuck is going to get it in right there. Smooth records, how simple it is. Completely isolates those blacks now. Just shredding that. Love See that smooth motion. Don't need them to be all herky jerky. Smooth. Complete focus on those blacks, y'all. You ain't going nowhere. Those blacks just get shredded. Complete focus. Love this machine. You want to get your back going? That's it.
That feels good. Straight quick.
Oh, what a cool shot. That's a pretty cool shot. Let's see if I'm with you. I'm probably going to be a couple pounds down.
No, I said not, bro. It's just to feel good. You know, that's just starting off. Mm. Yep. I love this.
We need a lot of weight. We got to do it right.
Oh man, so important. So important. Oh, bro. Stop that, bro. Cheating yourself. Cheating yourself.
I've watched it so many times on YouTube. This is great.
Yeah, this is my shit right here, bro.
Oh, I love that. Now, am I doing a scrappy little pinch? Like I'm squeezing a quarter back there?
Yep, yep, yep. Drive those elbows back. Yep, drive those elbows back. That's that pinch. But you know the thing that most people miss is, like I said, just you're squeezing those lats, bro. Keep the flex.
Oh my God, this feels great. Oh, it's such a stretch.
I like
That
that.
stretch is savage.
See what I'm saying? Like, Famo, like, right? You see what I'm saying? Like, a lot of the things when I see some of these guys and they're doing some of these movements that, like, I'm seeing so much weight, too much, exaggeration and underemphasis put on the part that should be exposed. So there's so much focus and so much like concentration on the lat and so much just direct.
Nothing else to focus on.
Not at all.
It's just right there.
Yeah.
Oh my god. That's savage. I got goosebumps.
My
I
guy,
got goosebumps.
synesthesia.
It's savage.
So where are you from originally?
Born in Ohio.
Oh, you know what?
Born
I
in
think we
Ohio.
talked about that.
Yes, sir. Born in Cleveland.
Yeah.
But raised out there in the country of Worcester.
Yeah.
Yep, right by Akron.
Yep.
Oh, you know what? I got good questions for you, too.
Good.
I don't know if you're ready for these. These are some very good ones. Hard hit. Proud of myself on these ones. So first, let's get back to my questions here. Real quick, keep this left flowing. Oh, it is that stretch.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, 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 yeah, I see why he got that back. Stretch like this.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I wanted. That's exactly what I was. So, can you tell us what was for origin story? Where did you land here? For example, like how long have you been in Arizona? How long have you been independent contractor? And what was your first moment in life that told you you wanted to be like a leader that you are?
Mm.
Different, come from a different club.
Yeah. So origin story, what brought me to Arizona was I was from Pacific Northwest,
Oh, okay.
Kirkland, Seattle,
Okay.
you know, but it was before I left, it was like 90 days of straight rain, just torrential.
Yeah.
I'm not big on weather. I don't do weather very well. You know
Gotcha.
what I mean? So I had, like I said, initially or prior, or maybe I didn't, or I think I mentioned, I was estranged from my mom. So we kind of got reconnected.
Okay.
And I had just finished freshman year. I didn't know if I was going back sophomore. And so I had come to Arizona to visit her. I came in actually in my birthday. She got me a ticket, flew me down. It was January. I got on the plane in a parka. I got off the plane, hot as hell, and it was like 70 degrees, like, you know what I mean, out here. And I was just in love, So I came out here, moved out to AZ. I was in the car business. So I say, like, I started off in the car business. I was in college. I wanted to go to the Olympics the whole nine. I'd never done anything like just that was my only aspiration. After freshman year, went back to have a party. I hope you didn't miss it. Went to have a part. Went to a party, a frat party, and got in the car with a friend. Got in a really bad car accident, and like almost died. Lost scholarship. Took a long time before I was able to like even get back my faculties where I couldn't walk, I couldn't do anything. But that's where I really started getting oriented in training again. And I was working a lot, right? I was in a really weird point where I was damn near suicidal because I never had idle hands. I never not ran track.
What age were you at that point?
19,
Okay.
19, right after freshman year. Had a lot of
Tough
really
time.
big accolades, even my freshman year season, So like I was on this high to this huge low.
Yeah, that's tough at that age.
And I was working at a grocery store as a night stock clerk. I was a custodian, a sub custodian, cleaning different schools. Some of the schools that I went to, because that's what my dad did. And then I also worked at a dealership as a detailer.
Okay.
And
Damn.
the dealers that I
That's
worked
three
at,
jobs.
yeah, three jobs because my dad has always had four, like since I can remember. You know what I mean? Yeah, like not even to make ends meet because where we lived was super affluent. Like we were always the brokest people, but he had to do that to keep me in the area that we were in. So I liken myself to the Black Robert Kiyosaki. You know, like
Okay.
I was always around, the other side. So, anyways, yeah, bro. So he ends up
Read the book if you guys don't know.
amazing book, amazing book. Robert's amazing person. So yeah, I was kind of vacillated, but car business, and I saw these guys making just tons of money. And then they talked to me and they're like, well, why don't you do what we do? At the time, the dealer group that I was working for, they're no longer the cars are no longer around. It's Saturn, but it was a
Oh
different
yeah.
like mentality on how to sell. Like you had to build values, one price, and like the negotiation didn't work, it didn't exist. So you had to build so much value. So
Wow.
I learned foundational selling skills that, like, again, they're just almost like anecdotal. They don't even exist now. And I just loved it. These guys at that time, this would have been like 99, 98. They were making six figures selling a $20,000 car. It was like crazy to me,
That's
right?
a lot.
Didn't have college diplomas, didn't have any of those things, but they were making six figures plus. They had the nicest cars. They had all this, these great things, and they were selling cars. And to me, it was just like a no-brainer. So the thing with that dealer group is everybody who worked there, they had all been voted in. They all knew each other from high school. So like I got voted in, and I started doing it. And like I watched myself make more in a couple months than my dad made in a year.
Awesome. That's awesome.
But
How
it,
cool is that?
it was cool, but it wasn't cool because it was met with a lot of rejection from my dad. Because again, selling at with commission and not having a salary, not having a foundational base, it's frowned upon. You know what I mean? Because like you got to have fallback.
Yeah.
So
It's already halfway of being an entrepreneur. It's like
yeah,
half a step out, and like people just don't get it.
yeah,
They just don't get it.
yeah,
I
yeah.
hear you.
You got to be. There's a lot of things in our culture that's tough. We're super risk averse. We don't want to take any risk, and
Right.
the ones that we think are calculated, not. It's just different. You have to be risk averse. You
Yes.
can't be scared
Absolutely.
because the risk reward ratio. Like the bigger the risk, the higher the reward. So
Absolutely.
they're proportionate. But yeah, no, I ended up getting into it. I left Seattle and I moved to Arizona. When I moved to Arizona, I tried to do the Saturn thing, bro, but it didn't work because at the time it was in Scottsdale on Frank Low Wright, and our competitor was Schumacher Mercedes. So you had people cross shopping us against an S series, and it's like just 40,000, 80,000, you know. And so then I ended up working at Honda, and Honda was negotiation and pricing, and I like got into a whole different world. But like again, the landscape was just so awesome at that time. Everybody is buying Hondas. There's just so much interaction. I was making so much money and doing things and living a life that I had only experienced my friends have. So it just gave me so much, autonomy. It just gave me so much exposure. But along with it, gave me a lot of bad mentorship, bro. Like when I see Andy and some of these guys, Brad, that have the same general foundation that I had, but they didn't like, and maybe they're not showing that part. But the things that you got from what we were exposed to, not good, bro. It's not good. Like to your point, like I wasn't the man that you see on Facebook, on social media with my wife before. When I was her fiance and we were together, I was an absolute piece of shit. There was infidelity, there was abuse, emotional and stuff like that. I was an alcoholic. All this came from that landscape because the whole thing about you gotta grind, da, 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 all this kind of stuff. It's not sustainable, and some of the things that they show, like they don't show what happens in the background, and that part, they're trying to appease like the big, housing and some of that stuff. Like, what are you doing that for? Like everything that I show, bro, like everything that I have, like I really enjoy. Like I've lost everything. I've lost houses, cars, this, that, to finally get it all back. Like the peace of mind that I have, the relationship that I have with my wife, the fact that I honor her and I'm not scared and ashamed to do it and to show that,